Guys, and welcome back to another Disscusion 500 FC video. And in this video we're going to be doing our first discussion video. This is a prediction slash discussion video. Who will win the Coppa Italia? Now this is something that it shouldn't be controversial, but it kind of is. We're going to first start off with our predictions, and then we're going to go on to the discussion of who will win. Semifinals is Juventus versus Inter. I'm saying that does go to Juventus, even though it's happening with them in the Serie A and losing points. But I do think they'll pull through. Cremonese and Fiorentina is an interesting one. I'm going to say it does go to Cremonese. They are terrible right now in the Serie A. Go check them. They have 8 points in the Serie A. So why am I saying they're going to beat Fiorentina? They beat Roma 2-1. Napoli on penalties, scoring 2. And of course, they beat Modena. And they beat Ternana in the first round. So there's definitely stuff there for Cremonese to be proud of. First round to the semifinals. Not everyone can say that they did that. Cremonese did. I'm saying they go to the final against Juventus. And now in that, Cremonese are very definitely very giant beaters. Juventus, they beat Lazio. They should beat Lazio. They beat Monza. They should beat Monza. And that's it. In the Coppa Italia, they have lost 15 points, and they haven't really been the best there. They have won a couple wins, 3-0 over Salernitana, congrats. They lost 2-0 to Monza. That's not good, and that was rather recent, Sunday, January 29th. Before that, they, what did they do? They drew 3-3 with Atalanta. They came back from the dead against that, and they lost 5-1 to Napoli, January 13th, and their first game of the New Year's, actually, no, never mind. 1-0 against Udinese, and then the first game of the New Year's was actually winning against Cremonese. 1-0. Was it a controversial goal? I don't know, but it was in the 91st minute, which means Cremonese played really well. And looking at these stats, it looks like they got lucky, but whatever. So this is going to be a discussion video. If you have different opinions, that's okay. I'm saying Juventus does win the Coppa Italia though. So Juventus, why could they win the Serie A? Well, morale might not be the best for them, and that's definitely not going to be one of the better reasons as to why they could win. But the other teams in here are just not that good. Inter, they're a very good team. Don't get me wrong, they're a very good team. It's just their form that's been throwing me off. Sometimes Inter will win, sometimes they won't. Most recent game, 1-0 win over Milan. I'm still salty about that. 2-1 over Cremonese. There's that, but that isn't the Serie A. It looks like Cremonese are playing really hard in the Coppa Italia, and they're barely losing, actually. Only if they are actually in the Serie A. 1-0 loss to Empoli for Inter. 1-0 over Verona. 2-2 with Monza. 1-0 over Napoli. So there's something to congratulate themselves about, and that was the first game of the New Year's. So what I'm saying here is Inter could win, but I'm saying form is not really on their side. Cremonese, of course, last place in the Serie A. Fiorentina have not just been playing well. Other reasons that's why Juventus can win the Serie A is because they're a team all over the place. They're either going to win or they won't. And if it's a draw, there's like 17 goals scored. So, it's just really up to debate. And this is actually going to be, I believe, Juventus' last game of the season, May 24th, 2023, if they do actually make the final, which is, of course, is not always certain. And I do think, though, that Juventus could have a chance there. And if they do, they'll be at least in the Europa League, which is definitely what they need, because they're looking like they're not going to make it directly from the Serie A. Next up, Inter Milan. Reasons as to why they could win is because, again, Juve, not in the best form. Morale not high. Sometimes Inter can win. Sometimes they can't. But I'm just saying, over these two legs, they won't win. But who knows, they could win, and that's always a possibility. The possibility, the could in the sentence, always throws off me, and I'm saying that it's a could. It's a could question. It's a very could question. Could Inter Milan win? Yes, they can win. Will they win? I don't think so, but it's always up to what you think will happen. Reason as to why Cremonese can win is because they just pull off a million upsets in this tournament, and it will look like they will not stop. They have put up very good performances against Roma and Napoli. And even in the Serie A, even though they only have 8 points, they probably deserve more in their most recent game. A 2-0 loss to Lecce. So maybe there is some, but only 2-1 to Inter. 1-1 with Bologna. And then January 15th, if I could find them, only a 3-2 loss to Monza. 2-0 to Verona, and first game of the new year, of course, was that game against Juventus, where it was only 1-0. It looked like they got lucky, but again, luck. But they also put up great performances anyways, so it doesn't really matter about luck. They have the first leg at home, which is sometimes good, and I think it will definitely pay off here for Cremonese. I'm saying Cremonese will definitely benefit off of this, and I'm saying they'll go to the final. Fiorentina, reasons as to why they could win is because Cremonese is definitely not the strongest team in all of Europe, in all of the world. They're last place in Serie A with 8 points. So that's always that. But Cremonese has put up lots of upsets. So what I'm saying here for Fiorentina is I'm saying be careful, but I'm saying other reasons as to why Fiorentina could win as well. Is also what I'm saying. I'm saying if they do win, which they probably won't, but we'll see. And I'm saying they play Juventus. They could win. It's not that out of the question. Sure, you don't have everyone, but I'm saying that you can beat Juventus. Most Fiorentina players eventually go off to Juventus anyways. Chiesa, Vlahovic, there's probably more. And with that wraps up the first discussion video. If you want to see more, leave a like, maybe comment if they're on, and I'm seeing you in the next one. Peace.